You guys, the scariest thing I've heard in a long time is happening right now, even while we speak. There's legislation in California, and Chicago talking about removing the rights of gun owners. But what they're also not telling you in the same sentence is they are looking at arming illegals as police officers, which basically means what these two states are trying to do is take guns away from gun owners and put guns in the hands of people that have no allegiance to the United States of America. This is already happening in California on a different level. I mean, in Canada on a different level. You poor Canadians, I can't tell you how scary this is. I was talking to some Canadians just the other day, and they explained to me that there's legislation going on in Canada right now that if you own an AR-15 or a 50 cal, the only time that you can even remove it from your gun safe, you can own it, but if you remove it from your gun safe, you have to take it down and have them cut it up in front of you. I can't make these stories up. And in fact, facts don't lie. Straight facts don't lie. I'm going to lay down some facts for you guys that is going to scare the crap out of you, because the first time I heard these facts, it scared the crap out of me. Long story short, these don't hurt people. Governments that decide it's safe to take these away from people are what hurts people. Within the last 111 years, 56 million people have been rounded up and exterminated by the very governments they live underneath. In 1911, Turkey established gun control. Between 1915 and 1917, 1.5 million Armenians were rounded up and exterminated. In 1929, the Soviet Union first established gun control. And then between 1929 and 1953, 20 million dissidents. Dissidents are people who disagree with the government, were rounded up and exterminated by the Soviet Union. On November 11th, 1938, Nazi Germany first establishes gun control in the guise of protecting its people. Between 1939 and 1945, 13 million Jews are exterminated. Around the same time in 1935, China establishes their gun control. Between 1948 and 1950, 20 million Chinese dissidents, these are people who disagree with the Chinese government, are rounded up and exterminated by their government. In 1964, Guatemala sets their gun control, and between 1964 and 1981, they exterminate 100,000 people. In 1970, Uganda sets their gun control, and between 1971 and 1979, 300,000 Christians were rounded up and exterminated for their religious beliefs. In 1956, Cambodia establishes their gun control, and between 1975 and 1977, 1 million Cambodians are exterminated. And now let's take an example from some more recent times. Australia just recently removed 600,000 firearms from their citizens. Homicides are up 3.2%. Assault is up 8.2%. Armed robberies are up 44%. And crimes with firearms are up 300%. When you take the arms away from the people, you create victims. In the 20th century, 56 million people have been rounded up and exterminated because they have not been able to protect themselves. Some of my favorite guns actually aren't here right now. They're at a different location, but I need to update my collection. As you can see, a lot of my stuff is old school hunting guns. They'll still protect you, but I think I need an AR. So I'm going to ask you guys, which AR should I get? How should I set it up? And what caliber, of course, But also, I was looking at this 30 round shotgun. Yeah, 30 round. It had the drum on it. I was drooling. How cool would that be to have a 30 round shotgun? So I'm thinking about adding that into my collection, but I want to get your take on the AR. So make sure you lay that down on me. Also, what do you think of those facts I read you? Is that freaking scary when you realize just how many times it's happened, and to now see it happening in modern day? It's happening in Canada right now. Those poor Canadians, they need to stand up. They cannot let their government walk all over them, because what happens is it sets a precedent. And then it becomes normalized. And then it gets worse. It's like dipping your toe in the water, and then you dive all the way in, and they take all of your rights away. They disarm you, and they make you completely helpless. And when you're completely helpless, then the select few have control over the many. We cannot let this happen. It must be stopped at all costs. We can't let this come to America. They're trying to do it in California right now, where they're removing the guns from the people and want to put them in the hands of the the undocumented, where people coming into this country, which have no allegiance to the United States of America whatsoever. In fact, a lot of them harbor hatred and ill will toward the country they go into. That is a straight fact. I'm at a loss for words. So now the words come from you guys. Where do we go from here? What's the next step? What are you guys seeing? Share in the comments down below. That's it for this video. Stay safe, you guys. Stay protected, you guys. And God bless. Go get them. You guys want to hear something crazy? I prefer a revolver over a semi-auto any day of the week for a number of reasons. The thing I like about these revolvers, they don't leave a casing behind, and they are so dependable. They're dependable as the day is long. This is one of my favorites, 357. I shoot 38 wad cutters in it. So just a more affordable bullet. But that's just my 2 cents. No casings behind. Nothing you got to worry about picking up when you're done firing.